Hi there, it's Mark Sebastian, founder of Option Pit, and this is for education purpose only. Shouldn't be considered investment advice. Options have risk. Want to talk a little bit about war and what is it good for. The song goes absolutely nothing, but if you talk to businessmen and traders and investors, the answer is it's good for making money because when we see wars, that's good for defense stocks. It can be good for energy. It can be good for minerals and mining. It's good for tech. But then peace is also good because that's good for the economy, generally speaking. So we're recording this on January 8th, and yesterday, overnight, S&P futures were down about 2% on the lows. Just a giant move lower. Why? Because the Iranian government shelled U.S. bases in Iraq in response to the U.S. Missiling enemy combatant General Soleimani. Now as I'm looking at this, the S&P is up about 20 points. So we're talking about a 3% swing down 2, up 1. Not 1, up 0.2%. So 2.5% swing overnight, down to up. Why? Because once markets have an understanding of the scope of war, in this case, there's very little scope. President Trump just came out and said, we're not going to have a crazy response. We had a feeling we knew this was going to happen. We had everybody out of the way. So once markets have an understanding of the scope of a battle or war, we tend to see markets rally. Volatility comes off generally pretty aggressively. So the price action that you see where markets down big because, oh my gosh, what just happened to, we now understand the scope. It's just like any major event. You get kind of this big, we're scared. And then once we realize that markets don't need to be scared, they tend to have a giant relief rally. So I'm sitting here looking at an all-time high. And in the last week, Twitter was erupted with, are we about to enter World War III? So that just should put you in perspective of how news and what your portfolio do are not always connected. In fact, they're very rarely connected. So I'll say this one more time. If you're making investment decisions that align with your political persuasions, you are setting yourself up to lose money. Don't do it. Being in war tends to be bullish markets. Being out of war can be bullish markets. So that's just something to be well aware of and to set you up. I wrote in the blog post that we're posting right now. You know what? War predates the alphabet. Well, guess what? So does commerce, and that is why the oldest human activity is eating and killing, and sleeping and pooping. The second oldest. Those are the 4 oldest activities, right? Well, you might add a 5th one in there that we'll say it. We'll say copulating. So yeah, killing, copulating, taking life, creating life, eating, sleeping, and pooping. So we're basically, violent infants, violent, lustful infants. The second oldest, the 6th thing we came up with was not the alphabet. It was figuring out ways to make money. They found beads that were used as currency back 6,000 years, predating the alphabet. So just be aware of that war and making money are 2 things that are more prone to human nature than logic and knowledge. And that's why you have to kind of ignore your political persuasions when trading and investing. All right, folks, don't forget my big investing in 2020 event. The one trade that you need to make that I'm going to talk about is going on next Tuesday on the 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to optionpit.com/event or events and get yourself registered. Have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon.